Hey Sagittarius, this is your October 2020 reading. So, let's start with your animal oracles, okay? I did end up pulling 3 cards for you. You have the Rhino Spirit, the Rabbit Spirit, and the Butterfly Spirit. So I feel like this is, you're not going to think this when I do the rest of your reading. And some people sometimes say that I am a little bit dark or negative with certain things. But it's not so much that I mean to be. It's so much that I like to get the point across. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat things. I do these card readings not specifically to tell you, oh, you're going to meet the person of your dreams and everything's going to work out perfect. I kind of like doing card readings, you know, as I've stated before, to kind of counsel people and try to help them. So when I do a reading and I notice certain things are coming up, you know, that may be negative or affecting your life, I like to tell you, hey, maybe you should think about working on this or that, just to improve your life. It's like an improvement thing. It's kind of like a counseling sort of thing. So when I get to the rest of your reading, you may kind of think differently here. So I'm going to start, though, with this part. I feel like it's very positive energy, okay? Again, you'll have to, you know, accept my apologies here with the way that I read, if you are thinking that it seems a little bit negative. But I feel like you may have felt helpless in the past, right? With whatever situation you're going through. It just seemed like maybe you just felt a little bit helpless, a little bit stuck, you know, maybe not completely happy. Now, this Rhino Spirit is this card that's all about finding a way through your troubles or through anything that life throws at you. You're going to find a way, you know? If it seems like there's no way out of this, you're going to figure it out. It doesn't matter if, you know, you're just going to figure it out. So it's also about, like, when you're figuring this road, when you're figuring out how to solve this problem, you're very creative too with this energy. You know, it's just not like, okay, I'm going to go left here. It's like a zigzag sort of thing, you know, very creative about how you tackle that situation. And I think that's a very positive energy there, though. So, I mean, you're going to come out on top. You're going to figure out a way, you know, to work your way through whatever life throws at you. You're definitely a problem solver, I guess is the way that I'll explain it for you, Sagittarius. You're definitely a problem solver. So even when everything seems like, oh crap, how am I going to handle this? You know, you figure out a way. Even if you're stressed at first, you always figure out a way. You always work your way out of it. Now the Rabbit card right here is just this very lucky energy too. And this is like the time to create, right? If you have ideas, you know, for business, you know, or something you want to do, now's the time to go and tackle that. That's what this is all about. Tackling the energy. Very positive, right? Lucky time. You're going to be successful. So as I said with the obstacle, you know, overcoming that and finding your way, this Rabbit Spirit is all about being successful too. So it's like you went into a sticky situation that seemed helpless. You came out on top. And you also have the Butterfly Spirit here too. Transformation. Change. So it's like all this positive energy that no matter what the heck happens to you, you got this. And you're going to come out on top and everything's going to be great. So very positive, very beautiful energy. I wish it were in my, if it were in my sign. That is just that positive and beautiful. That just shows how strong you are too, Sagittarius, I guess. Is what I want to say. You're just very, very strong. You don't just sit back, you know, you might get kind of depressed or sad when certain things happen, but you also have that I don't give a damn sort of attitude, and you're just so strong. Now, moving into the rest of the reading, I have 2 different sets here that I'm going to read for you. And the funny thing is a lot of times when you do these readings, the cards show up in both sets that you have, which I just love because it just is, it just completely affirms everything that you're reading to be, you know, the correct reading, I suppose. So, and, you know, nice and accurate. So hopefully this helps somebody too. Now, as I said, you have that I don't give a damn sort of attitude going on here. We have the Fool that presents itself. That Fool card is that I don't give a damn. It is just going, you know, taking a leap of faith and just going for it. Just saying, well, you know, what's the worst that can happen? You also have the Death card. Right? And this Death card, too, is about new beginnings and changes. Transformation. So it's beautiful. And that goes along with your butterfly spirit here too. Things are changing for you. Transformation. So if they're not literally changing in your life, like new job, new significant other, a lot of times this is more like deep transformation, changing the way that you think and look at things. And I feel like you are becoming stronger and stronger as a person. I do think, though, because this King of Pentacles in reverse has shown up in 2 different parts of your reading here, that you are dealing with someone, if this isn't you, which it could be, but I feel like a lot of you may be dealing with an older male or a more mature male, or he's supposed to be more mature, right? But he is also very arrogant, okay? So I think a lot of you are dealing with this person. And I think there's, like, you guys have this conflicting thing in this relationship. Now, this could go for family. This could go for significant other. This could go in your work life. It could be any part of your life, wherever it fits. But I feel like you guys are, there's conflicting, you know, energies going on between you and this other person, right? You don't see eye to eye. And I think that shows up a lot in your readings too, Sagittarius. You know, you're not always agreeing with someone else. There's a lot... Now, you may have put a lot of time and energy into something, and it seems like it's not really going anywhere, you know, for some of you. And for some of you, too, I think that this card is also signifying that you need to put more work and energy into your relationship or your situation, too, right? Maybe not enough time and energy has been placed into this situation to help it grow, you know. Maybe you've been working a lot, or your significant other has. Now... There's also the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 8 of Cups in reverse that are telling me too that there's some sort of situation that hasn't ended that that should have ended by now. Now it's a situation or it's a way of thinking. And as I said with the Death card, there's that transformation, there's changes happening. I feel like you are holding on to something, not quite letting go of something, possibly from the past, or a situation that something that happened to you. Someone did you wrong, or whatever that may be, but you're holding on to something from the past and not letting it go and allowing yourself to move forward. And maybe that as well is why you need work on your relationship, and you have the 7 of Pentacles here in reverse present. But I feel like strongly for you, something needs to change. Something needs to happen. And as I said, the Death card's here, the transformation. So maybe you've already begun transforming and realizing that this change needs to happen. Or in October, you're really going to be pushed into working on this change. Now, going into your reading, a lot of those cards that showed up in this other, because I have 2 readings pulled up here for you. A lot of the cards that showed up in the first reading are also showing up here in the second part of your reading. I feel like you are unsure right now, right? You're unsure of what to do about a situation completely. Like, you don't have all the answers. But you're still, again, the 6 of Swords in reverse has shown up again. You're still holding on to something from the past negatively, you know, that it's holding you back and not allowing you to move forward or grow. I think you've thought, this is what I'm thinking too, is that you thought, okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to move forward. I don't care anymore. You know, you have that leap of faith and everything. You have the Chariot here. Like, I'm just going to move forward from this, okay? Sometimes the Chariot does also signify actual movement, like moving somewhere. But for you here too, it could also just mean like, okay, I'm going to let go of this situation. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to allow myself to be happy now. And I'm not going to care anymore, right? But every time you do that, I feel like this King of Pentacles in reverse is just being a douchebag and pulling you right back in, right? So every time you're like, okay, I'm going to let it go that this person did this to me or did that to me. And then they do it again. Now, you're not really doing a whole lot too right now. Like I said, you have that leap of faith and like, okay, I'm just going to, you know, take leap of faith that everything's going to work itself out and I don't really give a damn sort of attitude. Well, you also have the 3 of Wands here, so you're just like waiting. And you're not really doing much. You literally are waiting for things to change, I feel like, too. So, although I said there's a lot of change going on and that maybe you're starting to realize things, you know, I mean, you have all this positivity right here with your Oracle cards, right? They're telling you that there's just so much here for you in your future. But in your actual tarot readings here, and what I'm seeing is that you're holding on to stuff from the past, not allowing yourself to move forward. I think you just figure they're just going to go away on their own. You keep saying, okay, I'm done. I'm not going to allow this anymore. Oh, no, I allowed it again. I'm done. I'm not going to allow this anymore. Oh, no, I'm going to allow it again. And this doesn't have to be with a significant other. This could be at work, whatever. Every time you could be like, oh, I'm not going to stay at this place anymore. And then you stay at the place, you know, or I'm not going to let my boss do this anymore to me and walk all over me. And you still continue to. So don't think that's just significant others. It could be any part of your life. But what I'm seeing here is you don't have a lot of ambition here either to actually do anything. You're just sitting and waiting. You have that Fool card, but you also have this Three of Wands here. And I know I said with like the Death card, there's change, there's transformation. I feel like that's where the cards are trying to push you, is into this transformation. You know, maybe you're already starting to get there, but I do feel like this has been an issue for you for so long, is just sitting back and letting things happen and not taking control over anything. And again, it could be any part of your life in your relationship. I do feel for a lot of you, though this is with a significant other, I have the Four of Wands in reverse and I also have the Lovers in reverse. So I do feel like for a lot of you, this is someone very close to you, someone that you're probably intimate with. Again, it could be best friend, it could be anyone, right? But I feel like for a lot of you, it is your significant other. It could be your husband, it could be wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But I feel like a lot of you have a lot of negative issues to work out with this person, right? Something needs to be done in your relationship for sure. There are a lot of delays here with it. Again, more waiting around, things not really coming together and happening for you. Those delays, that insecurity, you know, you don't have any real inner peace for you right now with the situation. I just don't think, and for some of you, you may not be dwelling on it either. You could just be like, oh, so annoyed with someone one moment, and then I'm going to make some sort of change, and then you don't, and you just hope that they change or the situation changes on its own. But you know what's going on too. You have the moon here, and it is in reverse, so you know what's going on. You know, it's just you making those changes, transforming, and not allowing things to go on the way that they've been going on. I think that's the big thing for you, because, you know, whatever, like I said, whatever happens, you're going to come out on top. Whether you decide to leave someone or a situation, you're going to find a way, if that's what's holding you back. Because I don't want to leave someone, I don't want to do something because I don't know how I'm going to make it on my own. I don't know how I'm going to do this or that, you know. Or if it's leaving your job, you're going to find a way, right? You can find a way. That's what the cards are trying to tell you. You can find a way. You know, if it's to leave a job and start a new business or a new career, or be with someone else that makes you happy, you have this rabbit here. You can find a way. You can be happy. You can create something. No matter how old you are or where you are in your life, you can create something, and you can change and transform and have everything you've ever wanted. That's what the cards are telling you. You don't have to settle. You don't have to just sit around and wait either and hope and pray things change. You can create it for yourself, Sagittarius. It's very possible. That's all that I have for you for the month of October, and I hope you have a great month, okay? Thank you.